Excited to have the day walker, Rashad Coulter, back on the show. It was a busy man. You got a couple of fights around the corner. This Saturday, you got a boxing match at Riders Field, and then you'll be fighting again all in combat 3, an MMA fight against Jamahl Tatum. So Rashad, no rest for you, my man. You're staying busy.
Yes, man, I am. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you, bro. It's always a honor and a pleasure when somebody wants to talk to you. But yeah, man, I am staying busy. I've been active for the past 9 months. I've had like close to 7 fights in the last 9 months. So it's what my career has been missing, man. My career has been missing consistency. And now that I've got it, I'm on a roll.
Yes, sir. I see you had 2 round 1 finishes in bare knuckle boxing for the BYB promotion. That was in March and in May. Quick work. Were those fights, did they kind of play out how you thought they would?
Yeah, the first fight in Dubai when I fought, his name was Quentin Dominguez. I knew he was going to come out very, very strong because that's what he does, and I knew he didn't have a good gas tank. But man, he came out and got on me like that first round. Like, it was my first bare knuckle fight, just trying to figure it out, just treating it like any other fight, just do a lazy jab out there, and he came over the top, and then he just swarmed. And I thought he was in better shape than I thought because he just kept going. But I weathered the storm, man. And once I touched him, he hit me like 60 times to my total of 5 that I hit him, and he quit. So yeah, it went exactly how I thought it was gonna go, but I didn't expect him to have 2 minutes straight of flurrying in him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I just spoke to a BKFC fighter off the record about just how difficult it can be to fight. Bare knuckle and what it can do to your hands. How different is that from fighting MMA or boxing?
It's very different, man. To be honest, for me, when I got into it, everybody was, man, you're stupid. You break your hands. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is trash. But what I've learned is the people that have the most of the hand injuries and things like that, they literally treat it like a street fight, or they treat it like they try to please the crowd. But the key to bare knuckle boxing, bro, it's about speed and precision. So all you gotta do is just touch the person. All it takes is just a touch, and you're gonna gash them open. So my thing is in bare knuckle, I don't punch hard. I don't even punch 75%. I just place my punches and I just touch them because I know the risk that I run of breaking my hands.
Wow. Yeah. So do you envision doing bare knuckle moving forward? Are you going to stick to more boxing or MMA? What's the game plan as far as that goes?
Man, I'm gonna stick to who's paying me, man. Um, I mean, let's just be honest, But honestly, I mean, everybody knows I'm not no spring chicken, as the saying goes. I don't have many more years of fighting in me. I'm fighting with who pays me money, pays me for my time, and who appreciates me. And wherever it goes from there, it goes. I'm not sitting up here saying, "Yeah, but I'm gonna fight for 3 more years, 5 more years." Nah, man. Like, I got a son in college. I got a son coming up on a senior year in high school who's trying to go to college. I'm just stacking money, man.
Okay, fair enough. Since you mentioned your son, I saw recently that he got his first D1 scholarship offer. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, man. For my other son, my oldest son, he got a scholar. He's on college on a scholarship as well. And we just didn't really know the ropes as far as like taking him to all the camps and doing all these other things. So he had some offers, but my youngest, he'll be a senior this year. Man, he most definitely, man, which I knew it. I knew it, even though because people look at him and they look at his height and they're like, oh well, we don't really know. But when he performs and then they see him in person, then they're like, oh man, like this kid is legit. And it's just a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling that you raise your boys. They've been with me since the beginning of my MMA career. So my sons have always been around greatness their entire lives. Like they've seen high-level professional athletes their entire lives. So they know what it takes to get to the next level. And whenever he's getting these offers, man, I don't expect anything less, not because of arrogance, but because of what's in them, what's in their minds, and what they've seen and what they've been a part of their entire life. So I've always known it, but now the world is going to know it.
So your younger son, I know, is football. Is your older son basketball?
Now my oldest son is football.
He is.
Man,
Okay.
his joker is football and track. So he literally he had his first year in college last year. He went on scholarship. He actually was starting third string, and by the third game of the season, he ended up starting. And then after he ended up starting, like he played his whole season, and then he was just sitting around wanting something to do. And then the track coach in college came up and talked to him, and this boy went through discus and shot put in college and ended up placing in conference. So yeah, man, they're both stud athletes, man.
That's very cool. Can you give me like a player comparison? Is there someone at the highest of levels that you could say that they play similar to?
Yeah, my oldest son, man, he's just like a ball hawk. I can compare him to Troy Polamalu. He just has a nose for the ball. Like he's always around the ball, and he's a for sure tackler. And my youngest man, just Bijan Johnson, like the running back from Texas who just went to Atlanta. Man, I'm telling y'all, the boy is something special, man.
Is it Johnson or Robinson?
I'm sorry, Robinson. You're right,
Robinson.
Robinson.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a huge football nut. I want to make sure I have that right. I got a friend
Yeah, now you're
who.
right. It was my fault.
Okay, okay. So you obviously you follow the game yourself. Give me your early NFL prediction. What do you think is going to happen this upcoming season?
Man, I don't know, dog. Like it's so many changes that's happened. Like so many people's going to different teams. Um, I'm originally from North Carolina, so I'm hoping that the Carolina Panthers have a good season. I'm looking for Bryce Young to do something big. Um, Crazy as it is, even though I got my Texas hat on, man, I'm not no huge Cowboy fan. But I'm cheering for my boy Michael Parsons. I'm cheering for my boy Amari Cooper because they both trained with me at my boxing gym. And I see the hard work that them boys put in. So I'm not a big team fan. I'm just a fan of great athletes and great players, and whoever puts in hard work and whoever shines, that's what I'm a fan of.
Okay, fair enough. I don't normally do this during interviews, but I'll show you real quick here. This is my
All
my
right,
goat wall up top. Those are my three favorite athletes of all
man.
time, right there. And as far as I'm concerned, they're the three goats in their respective positions in
Yes,
sports.
sir. That Barry Sanders, man.
Yep.
Hey, what Barry Sanders to me is probably the top two, three greatest running backs of all time, man. If he had a better line, man, I'm trying to tell you, that dude is something amazing.
Yeah, if he was behind the Cowboys O line with Emmett when Emmett Smith was there, every rushing record would be
Bro.
absolutely smashed, and no one would
Man.
ever catch it.
Ever.
That's right. I want to talk a little bit UFC 291 right around the corner. Poirier Gaethje 2 for the BMF belt. What's your prediction there? Who do you see winning that main event?
Man, look. Uh Honestly, I think it's gonna be another dogfight. Um, but I think that for some reason, man, my gut feeling is going with Gaethje. I'm going with Gaethje, man. I know it's going to be a good fight. And I know Poirier got the first fight, but man, I don't see anybody beating Gaethje twice, man.
All right. I like that because that hopefully would set up a trilogy fight between the three. And that means the fans would win if we get to see
Oh
Gaethje
yeah,
Poirier three times. Your former division right now, John Jones has moved up and has claimed the title. He's facing Stipe next in November, I believe. And
yeah.
Miocic is older. Let's face it. I don't think he's the same fighter as he used to be a couple of years ago. I would have liked to have seen this fight 4 or 5 years ago. Do you think that Stipe has enough left to give Jones a run, or is this going to be kind of like, on Jones's terms?
Honestly, man, ain't nobody beating John Jones. It's whatever John Jones wants to do. And I think that, well, I can't speak on it because I don't know personally what Stipe's been doing outside of the ring or whatever the case may be. But I know for a fact I can speak from experience. When you're not happy, and when you think people's giving up on you, or when you think that people, um, kind of have turned their back on you, or don't have faith in you no more, that kind of alters or hinders your training when you're not happy with an organization or whatever the case may be. And I think that I don't know what he's been doing away from the cage. I don't know if he's been training like how he's been training normally, but I think that is going to be a huge factor when it comes to him fighting John Jones. John Jones is just a person, dude. Like he's just he's just a freak athlete, man. He's just that good. He's just that good. So I think John Jones beats him, and I think he beats him pretty easy. I think he's gonna take him down.
Yeah.
We all know Stipe got the better boxing. We all know that. But no matter how good your boxing is, no matter where you think you're good, John Jones is gonna find that hole and he's going to expose it. And I think that even though Stipe can wrestle, I think that Johns is gonna just take him down, tire him out, and then just beat him up. I don't even think it goes three. I think it goes 3 rounds, maybe.
Yeah, I think that I don't disagree with you at all. I think the deciding factor is going to be Stipe's cardio. If Jones wears on him and gets him, into the third round, what's his cardio going to look like at his age now? And Jones is he's not going anywhere. He's going to keep the pace. So I'm looking forward to it. Regardless, it's going to be an exciting pay per
Oh
view
yeah,
that the MMA fans will be tuning into. Let's transition to you, man. Training camp. Getting ready for this boxing fight again at Riders Field. I believe the Spence Crawford fight is going to be aired there after
yeah.
you compete. Is that accurate?
That's 100% correct, man. So after I win, I'm gonna turn around and watch my boy Spence win.
Okay. How does he beat Crawford?
Um, Man, look, I see it as a dog. I ain't saying a dog fight. I see Crawford having a lot of success in rounds 1 through 6. But then because I know Errol, I've been in the gym with Errol. I've seen Errol's work ethic. Um, Man, this dude don't get tired, and I just see him doing the same thing to Bud as he did to Kell Brook. And as the fight goes on, I just see EJ getting stronger, and that pressure, that forward pressure, and that power and that strength, man. People don't understand, man. When there's pressure and you're fighting a person who has power and doesn't get tired, just pressure alone is offense. And I don't think Bud has felt anybody's pressure or fought anybody who doesn't get tired like EJ. So I think EJ can get the stop, but I think that the second half of the fight, EJ walks off on him.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely be tuning in. I want to be able to watch your fight. If you can't be there in person, how can you watch this boxing match?
It's on pay-per-view. If you go to Lou DeBella, if you go to his page, like he'll have all the links for the pay-per-view and everything like that. But the Hall of Fame boxing promoter Lou DeBella, man, they reached out to me and asked me to get on the card, and I'm excited about that, man. So this is a big step for me in boxing, and I'm very honored. But Lou DeBella Entertainment, that's how you can watch it.
Okay. Tell me about your opponent. What do you know about him? What kind of a fight do you expect this to be?
Uh, I mean, he can box. He has a good jab. But man, how I expect it to be me taking a page out of Arrow's book, Spence Jr.'s book, and just pressuring him and just breaking him. Like I literally plan on putting pressure on him, walking forward, no matter what he throws. Smart, but just putting the heat on the man and just beating him until he breaks, until I get the knockout.
All right. And as far as this camp goes, Rashad, who have you had around you who have been kind of like your main training partners?
Man, I got Greg Hardy. I got another guy, my boy Jordan, Big Jordan, man. He's an ex NFL player, played for the Green Bay Packers. He's crazy, bro. He got stupid power. Um, he's also got his own boxing match coming up on September 30th, hopefully. And also, I got my guy Adrian Taylor. Adrian Taylor, he was signed to Roy Jones Jr. Promotions. So, man, I got a lot of high level athletes around me, man. So I got a good coach, my boxing coach, Nate Pipitone, who's my only boxing coach. I absolutely love him, man. And I got another coach, Deara Bryant, and also Tony Mack. That's my boxing gym. And these guys, it's like a family, man. They really believe in you. They find your weaknesses and they make sure that you get better at what your weaknesses are. But at the same time, where they push you to be the best, and they don't expect nothing less than knockouts from me. And that's what I love.
So you got this boxing match this Saturday, and then August 19th, you'll be fighting for Brendan Allen's promotion, All in Combat. Your opponent, Jamahl Tatum, is undefeated. He's got 2 RNC victories. He's got a TKO win, on his resume as well. How difficult of a fight is that? What kind of a matchup are you expecting for this MMA fight?
I mean, in my opinion, I think it's gonna be a very good fight, man. He's a prospect. Um, he's coming off of a loss in bare knuckle boxing, not bare knuckle boxing, bare knuckle MMA uh, for Game Bread Promotions. I don't know if that goes on your MMA record or not, but um, I just look at it as, man, you know what, I know he's gonna come out trying to leg kick. He's gonna come out all these things, man, but the Rashad that I am today, like my mentality, the way that I train now, um, man, I'm telling you, man, this dude is he's in for a world of hurt. Like, he thinks that, oh, this is I fought this guy, used to fight in the UFC. He's older. He hasn't fought MMA in a while. Yeah, we're gonna take this fight, and this is gonna be a nice win on my record. But man, he's sadly mistaken. But they all think that. I let them all think that. But I tell people, man, I'm a different dog once I get inside that cage or once I get inside that boxing ring. Like, I'm not the same person that I was the last fight. Um, I lost my last MMA fight, but it was so many outside factors going on with me, which is the reason why I lost that fight. That nobody cares to know about or nobody wants to know about. But man, I love MMA, and I'm gonna show this dude, like, hey, just because I've had years off from MMA, just because I'm older, don't think for 1 second that is sweet over here. And he's gonna see that come August 19th.
Do you want to get into some of the reasons outside of the cage as to why you lost that fight? Is that something you want to talk about, or?
100%, man. Like, for me, the reason why I lost the Ike Villanueva fight, bro, is several reasons. One, um, we got a good team. We had a good team over at Fortis MMA. Like, my head coach wasn't there. Like, a lot of people gave up on me. Once the UFC didn't renew my contract. My 4 fights was up. They didn't renew my contract. But I had slipped into like major depression. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, mentally, I wasn't there. Scrambling to find my corner at the last minute to go down to Houston to fight this dude for a belt in his territory. And just dealing with everybody just giving up on you, bro, and turning their back on you. Like, the moment I won my last fight in the UFC, just dealing with people saying, "Oh man, you need to retire." Um, be happy that you even made it to the UFC. Be happy that you got it. So just go ahead and quit fighting. But people don't understand, man. Like, I literally grew up in the UFC. Even though I made it to eight, even though I was 8-1 when I went to the UFC, man, bro, I never fought amateur. I never wrestled as a kid. I never boxed. Like, I had no background in any kind of sport other than football. And then I didn't ever even have my first MMA fight, my first fight, until I was 30 years old. And for me, it's just like, man, like, people don't take that into consideration. They think like, oh, okay. And then I made it to the UFC at the age of 35. You know what I'm saying? Like, they signed me at the age of 35, and I just felt like everybody gave up on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I felt like nobody wanted to understand, like, nobody wanted to put that one-on-one time. Okay, Rashad, listen, we understand that you don't have this back. We understand that you were thrown in the big show real quick, whatever the case may be. Let's help you go one-on-one. It was never that. It was always just like, oh well, You know what? Oh well, like man, take credibility for your losses. Man up. You're the one that lost. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I felt like I was a lot of people just kind of just threw me away. But when I was in the UFC, it was all, hey man, hey, come corner me. Hey man, I need you here. Hey, you know, it was all love. It was, hey man, I need you. Hey, da, 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 da. But then after that, after I you know, all those things happened and I didn't get my contract re-signed, I was like, man, get out of here.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care about you. We don't care about you no more. Like, it's cool. You made it, whatever. Like, you're old news. And I was dealing with a lot of those things. And like I said, I slipped into major depression. And, you know, it it hurt, but also at the same time, I learned from it. And it had the negative effect on me. Some people, you know, they get those kind of things, they hear those kind of things, and it motivates them. Um, but when you're a person like like the person that I am, where friends and training partners, people that you see more than your own family, like that is family, right? And it goes deeper than that. It goes more into abandonment issues, like mental health issues, all these things. And when people that you're close to turn their back on you, then it makes you go the opposite direction because you expect you from people. And I had to learn that. Don't expect me from somebody else. And, you know, when I won, we all won. But when I lost, I lost. I was all by myself. And that's what happened with that. But now, man, um, I know who I am. You know, fighting was my identity then, but it's no longer my identity. Fighting is something that I love to do, but at the same time, like, bro, I don't need fighting. I fight because I can fight, and because God has allowed me to continue to fight to show people like I don't need you. All I need is God. You know what I'm saying? Like God is gonna do what nobody else can do for me. And he had to take me through all that stuff he took me through so I can stop depending on man and realize that it was all about him. Like no matter what, if he wants to bless me, he's gonna bless me. But I need to recognize that my success or my victories or my who I am doesn't come from other people's words or feelings towards me. It comes from what he says about me.
Yeah, I happened to notice the painting behind you too while you're talking. That is
Oh
Jesus
yeah,
walking on water, right?
man, 100%, man. I love it. That
Yeah.
speaks volumes, man. That's my favorite painting. You know, it's a reminder that no matter what you're going through, man, my lifeguard walks on water,
Hmm.
baby. So that's
Yeah.
a great reminder.
No, I appreciate you getting into that a little bit too, Rashad. I think it's important, especially for, not just younger fighters out there, but just people in general, no matter what stage they are in life, because we all go through, trials and tribulations and keeping the right mindset is crucial, no matter who you are or what field you're in. Let's
Yeah.
circle back to the Tatum fight. You said that you feel like, he doesn't really know what he's getting himself into. Do you think you finish him? Does this fight go long? Or are you going to make a statement in there?
To be honest, Ryan, like man, I don't really like making predictions, but um whatever he wants to do, this is what I do know. I do know that I'm gonna hit him and I'm gonna hit him a lot. And then once I begin to hit him, oh, he's gonna turn to his grappling. He's gonna try to get to his jujitsu. I already know that's what he's gonna want to do. He ain't gonna want to stand with me. Um, but I just see me stopping whatever it is that he's trying to do because I feel like mentally my fight IQ is higher than his. But that's no disrespect to him. It's just that he was me. You know what I'm saying? And he's young in the game, and he just got his first loss in MMA, and people are hyping him up like, man, this dude's a prospect. He can do this, he can do that. So he's feeling himself. And I think that's what's going to backfire him. I think he's going to come in there and he's going to take it as a joke. And he's going to think that it's, I'm pretty sure he's training very hard. Like, I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I know he's training very hard, but I think he's going to come in there and he thinks that, okay, man, this is going to be a cakewalk. All I got to do is this. And that's not what's going to happen, bro.
I can't wait to see this. And I know we talked a little bit about how you can watch the boxing match. I'm not sure what All in Combat is doing as far as a streaming service. Are you aware?
I'm not, man. I I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't want to say a stream and then it's not on that stream. But I'm pretty sure on the flyer or on their page they will have all the information. They haven't told me yet, but the moment that they do tell me, I will blast it and let everybody know.
Okay.
Um, how they can watch.
And obviously, this is Brendan Allen's new promotion. This is their third show. How exciting is it for you to be fighting here for All in Combat, traveling to Mandeville, Louisiana, and headlining this card?
I love it, man. I'm a fan of Brendan Allen, man. Brendan Allen, dog. He's a great fighter, man. He's a great person. I'm just honored, man, that he would even have me on the card. So I love his fight style. I love what he does. So I'm excited, man. It's an honor, bro. And I'm gonna give the fight fans and everybody what they want to see. Every time I fight, man, the fans always get what they want to see. I'm always going to bring the fight regardless. I've never been in out a single boring fight. So they might as well go ahead and get ready. As you know the saying, get your popcorn ready. Don't go to the bathroom, all the cliche things, but I'm coming with pure violence on my mind. That's what I'm coming with. I'm coming to make a statement. I'm coming to show people that, hey, man, stop bringing up my age, right? Don't bring up my age no more. Don't bring up, how long I haven't fought in MMA. Like, I'm literally coming to make a statement. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, not just you, I'm going to show people that, hey, man, like, it's all about somebody's mental fortitude.
I love it. I can't wait to see you in there, my man. Real quick to follow up on Brendan Allen. You talked about you're a fan of his. Do you think we're looking at a future champion in Brendan Allen?
100%, man. The 85 division it's a stacked division, but he stacks up very well with everybody at 85. You know, there's a few people that I would like to see him beat up at 185. But yeah, man, he most definitely has what it takes. He's got the heart, he's got the fight IQ, but he's most definitely a contender in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Rashad, as always, I appreciate your time. You're a great interview, my man. So I'm
Thank
glad
you.
we could do this here. Again, best of skill this Saturday. And then obviously August 19th at All in Combat 3. Before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. If there's anyone you want to thank, anything you want to plug, the floor is yours.
Man, I thank you, man. I just want to say thank you to all my training partners over there at T-Mac Elite Training. Um, I just want to thank my wife, my family, Global Fight Talk, everybody that supported me, man. Like everybody that believes in me. I'm not gonna get into like specific individuals, but who people know who they are. Like if people are in my circle, they're in my circle because they want to be. And I just want to thank everybody who still believes in me, everybody who still gives me the opportunities. And I just want y'all to know, man, like I'm on a tear. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a tear, and I'm on like a win streak. I'm telling you, and I don't plan on losing no time soon until I get ready to go out the game. Like that, I'm gonna leave on my terms. And what's gonna happen is come August 19th, I'm gonna finish his boy. And after I finish him, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna shake his hand. I'm just gonna be like, I told you so. But I thank y'all for the opportunity. Thank you for the love. And it's always great talking to you, man.